That's why I don't feel bad when I'm like, leave it for the morning crew. It's like, oh, why do you do that? Because I'm the morning crew. It's like me every Friday night and Saturday morning. It's like, oh, I didn't get to this. Yeah, I'll do it the morning. That's what I do. I do it in the morning.
Well, for me, I just get yelled at if I just leave it for the morning shift.
True, true. I get yelled at and I still have to do it in the morning. It's a
Exactly.
win.
I come
It's
in
a
at 8
win-win.
o'clock in the morning and it's like, do it.
Fine.
All right. That was our intro.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the deep dive.
All right.
Dude,
What's
the
going on,
blooper.
everyone? Welcome to the Deep Drive. My name is Zach. This is my co-host, Austin.
Hi, I'm Austin.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning into today's episode. We got a lot in store for y'all, and we can't wait. Oh boy, it's officially 2 days after the Super Bowl.
I think it's. I think that gave us enough time to finally give our thoughts about it because we've had some time to think about this and what we want to talk about. So I think
Yeah,
now's as good a time as ever. Our minds were able to heal up from that game for sure, for sure.
I just that's even why I texted you yesterday. I'm like, I can't do it today. I'm either too still mad or I don't know what to say.
On the bright side, this is something you and I can at least be happy about. This is our first prediction correct, pretty much for a
No, I don't
while.
think I
No,
I what did I have?
we both had Chiefs. We both had the Chiefs winning this game.
No, I had Niners. No, 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 I did have
You had
Chiefs.
Chiefs. You had
You're
Chiefs
right.
because
I
we were
think I
both
did
like,
have Chiefs.
because we were both like, oh, I love the 49ers to win. It's not happening though. Like
Yeah,
we were right.
I
We
remember that.
called it, but
I remember we both had Chiefs or yeah,
we both had want 49ers. What's gonna happen? Chiefs.
and that was my predict. Like I was telling people at work, like I know I want the 40. They're like, who do you got in the game? I'm like, who do I want to win or who do I think is
Who
gonna
I
win?
who I know is gonna win.
Like
Pretty
I
much, yeah.
want the 49ers, but I know the Chiefs are gonna win. So it's like, all right, well, I think you know, it's time. We just got to dive into it.
Rip the band-aid off.
Chiefs 25.
We're off to a great start. Uh,
Oh
pause.
boy.
Do we want to pause? Do we want to restart because it's early? Oh my, jeez Louise, man.
I mean, you did take what, 13 something shots?
14, 14, 14. I kept track. I hated it, but it was so funny at the end. It really
We're gonna
was.
we're gonna talk about that, guys. We're gonna get to that point. Okay, if I can actually speak now. Chiefs 25, 49ers 22.
There you go. Look
Super
at you.
Bowl 58.
It's in the books, whether we like the outcome or not.
She
It's
won.
done.
She won.
America
America
lost.
lost. Brock Purdy, you were our only hope, and you let us down. No, I'm sorry.
Along with everybody else.
Kyle Shanahan let us down. You okay? Christian McCaffrey was the offensive
Godlike.
player of the year. He's literally had I don't know how many yards in the first half.
It's in the first half. What rushing or receiving? Because I know he did. He wasn't.
Both.
I would say in the first half he only had like 30 like rushing yards. Like they were holding up pretty good, and then he started picking up speed a lot. And then the receptions he was pretty dominant both plays, especially with that amazing touchdown. We'll
Yeah.
dive more into that for sure.
He
But
started getting like towards the end of the game. He started or towards the end of the first half. He started getting pretty good, like with running ball. And then they came out and they're like, no, no, pass it. Like
they remember they can run the ball a lot, especially during overtime. That's for sure.
yeah, it's we'll talk about that too. But yeah, the Chiefs, they're back-to-back
Back
champions. The
back
first
back.
back-to-back champions since Tom Brady and the Patriots in 2003 and 2004. It's
Is it clear to say that the Chiefs are now the new most hated team, just like
oh,
how the Patriots
100%.
were? Okay.
100%. I think at this point, I think right now it's more than the Patriots was. Like the Patriots was bad, but I've seen so many people hate the Chiefs. It's and I know exactly why. Especially this year. This year's been bad for how much they've been hated.
It also like it hurts a lot more for the other fans just because they knew this Chiefs team heading into the year was a lot weaker than it
Worse.
has been previous years, and they still managed to win it all. That really takes it a lot for a lot of the other fans being like, and we couldn't stop them. We couldn't stop them this year.
Patrick Mahomes inherited Tom Brady's voodoo magic, and it's like it's crazy. Like in the uh, I'm a firm believer in say what you want. Say what I'm not saying you, but say whatever you want. Anybody, blah 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 blah. I'm a firm believer in the NFL is rigged. The NFL is script. I don't think it's fully scripted. I don't think it's a full ass script like um wrestling is. Like wrestling, they have a strict script that you have to go by. Do I think that the NFL is like that? No. I think the NFL is rigged though. Now, do I think they go out and they rig every single game? No, just the big ones.
Yeah, this year probably didn't help a
Oh,
lot
the
with some of
last the last
the
4 years
stories.
didn't help.
Eh, you,
Okay, hold on.
maybe not as bad as that, but no.
Before we continue, I'm gonna go in a deep dive on why I think the NFL is scripted because I just said the past 4 years. Okay, anything before when Tom Brady was on the Patriots, that was just kind of like okay, if the Patriots in the Super Bowl, it is what it is. Tom Brady leaves the Patriots, goes to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay hosting the Super Bowl that year. All of a sudden, Tom Brady's team starts like 2-5. They go on an 8-game win streak, finish 11-5, make the playoffs at like the fifth seed. All of a sudden, go on a historic run, defeat, in my opinion, the best Chiefs team that we've seen in the past 6 years, knock the wheels off of them in the Super Bowl, and win the first Super Bowl in at a, at home, along with Tom Brady coming to a brand new team and winning the Super Bowl. Coincidence? Cool. Next year, in a blockbuster trade, the Rams trade Jared Goff and 2 first-round picks to the Lions for Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford is supposed to come in and be the savior of the Rams. The Rams were like 8-9, 9-8, something. They made the playoffs, but they didn't do well. All of a sudden, the Rams go from almost 500 team to, oh hey, how about we go 13-4, make the playoffs with the first year quarterback in our team. Cooper Cup becomes some magical white guy. I don't know how he just became God. And then you have Cooper Cup winning Offensive Player of the Year. The Rams go on a historic run in the playoffs. And once again, we have a team at home in the Super Bowl. And there's a questionable holding call with 2 minutes left that would have basically ended the game. It was 3rd and 8, and they missed. He threw it. He missed the ball. All of a sudden, holding call on the bleh, Bengals. First and goal on the 2 yard line. Rams get the ball and score. Cool. Another coincidence. Until the next year. Last year. I know. I'm
I
pointing.
I'm not gonna call the penalty coincidence. I'm just calling that BS officiating because that's with every game. Did it probably help that it was in the Rams home stadium? Yeah, probably, but the ref calls I don't really call that a lot rigged unless we're gonna deep dive into this. We're gonna deep if we're gonna talk about that, we need to talk about the ones this year because they've been a lot worse than they have been the previous years. We're talking about
Oh, I'm gonna get to
scripted
that.
like
Last year, Cincinnati be come is beats the balls off the Bills, who the Bills were supposed to be the team that was going to beat the Chiefs. Okay. But before that even happened, at the start of the year, Travis and Jason Kelsey start a podcast. Love it. Great podcast. I do like watching it. All of a sudden, their podcast becomes the number one podcast in the world during the NFL season. The Chief, the Chiefs being the Chiefs. The Eagles on a historical run now. All of a sudden, Cincinnati meets the Chiefs in the playoffs in the AFC Championship, and Cincinnati's winning. Mahomes is hurt. Mahomes doesn't scramble all game until the final play before the field goal. Mahomes scrambles out, goes for 5 yards, does not get the first down, does not put the Chiefs into field goal range. All of a sudden, Joseph Asai barely pushes him like that. He runs out of bounds and he goes, flag, unnecessary roughness, defense number blah 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 blah. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down, puts him in field goal range. Chiefs kick the field goal to win the game. Travis Kelsey and Jason Kelsey meet in the Super Bowl, the first pair of brothers to play in the Super Bowl together. It's a big marketing stunt, and then the Chiefs win the Super Bowl again. Now let's get to this year.
Where do we start?
Oh boy, the Chiefs, not supposed to be a good team, can't catch the dang ball to save their life. Kadarius Toney. Where do I begin? Oh,
Kadarius Toney.
and then magically, out of nowhere, this magical superstar from the heavens comes down and starts dating Travis Kelsey. We're not going to say her name on this podcast until later, but we all know who we're talking about. She comes around. All of a sudden, the Chiefs are getting their voodoo magic back. They're getting calls. Mahomes is playing good. Every game that
To,
she's at,
to be fair, I think they started dating around towards the beginning of the season, not the middle.
oh, they did. They just didn't
Okay.
tell anybody. Yeah, and all of a sudden, the Chiefs make the playoffs, and then everyone's like, okay, they'll beat Miami. Miami, they're a team that we don't think is gonna make it. The Bills, they should have beat the Bills. All of a sudden, wide right kick. Chiefs are moving on to the AFC Championship. Okay,
The words that haunt Bills fans
okay.
for a while.
Well, that might be something. Travis Kelsey turns into God apparently that game. He plays like crap the start to the rest of the year, and then all of a sudden turns into God. Then the Ravens game, a game that
Bless
the
you.
Ravens, sorry, the Ravens were supposed to Ravens were supposed to win. She's at the game. The Chiefs get call after call after call. Whatever. They make it back to the Super Bowl. That's cool. They're not going to miss the opportunity to have what's her face at the Super Bowl. Super Bowl. There was so many damn holding calls that should have been called on the Chiefs offensive line. I don't know if you saw it, but there was one play in overtime where the right tackle is literally holding Nick Bosa like this. As Patrick Mahomes is running out of the pocket. He's literally going like this to him. Sorry. But it's like that's what pisses me off about the NFL is like, they make stuff like that. Like, yes, the game was called fair. Like, for the most part, like, if they were going to make a bad call, they made another bad call on the side of it. Or if they missed a call, they missed another call. But when I'm watching the offensive line and all I see is him just wrapping his arms around him, Fred Warner getting tripped basically when he should have had a sack, which would have made it 4th and 9. Where's the flags? And that's why I think the Chiefs are the most hated team, and that's why I also think the NFL's rigged. Because why are you not going to call penalties that are blatantly obvious in the biggest game of the year? I'm a firm believer in let the kids play until let the kids play turns into BS. It's just not working. Like, let the kids play, sure, until it's blatantly obvious that you're just letting the kids play a little too much. All right, I'm sorry. I went on my rant for
You're
the episode.
you're good. You're good. I wanted to let you do your thing. I could say there's some passion in there, so that's why I didn't want to interrupt you as much and everything like that. But yeah, you bring up good points, and I think a lot of it, especially with this year, it doesn't help that from the get go, the whole marketing thing was marketing Taylor Swift at football games, so that brings in
Yeah,
a lot of more fans that don't know football to watch it. So it the let's say the two pairings between big marketing celebrity and the fan growth, they want to capitalize as much as they can. So it doesn't surprise me if for whatever reason it is scripted. I know we don't like admitting to it, but sometimes some things are more obvious than others. So
and
it's
like
really no. Okay.
I'm all for the the attention to football. Like football,
Yeah.
I
Hundred
love the
percent.
new fans that we're getting. Like I'm welcoming them all. I'm very happy for Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift. Like I said, I love Jason and Travis's podcast. I love watching them. Like they're both pretty cool guys. It's just like if you're gonna do it a little bit better, or at least be like wrestling and just admit it. Admit that you script the shit.
Wrestling, they know it's scripted, and the whole purpose is for entertainment. Like the whole thing is for you to actually feel like, oh, this is bullshit. I can't wait to watch it next week, kind of sort of thing. With
That's the
football, it's like
NFL. That's the
no, no. The
NFL.
NFL, it's I think it's the opposite now because people know, especially with the whole Chiefs winning everything. Everyone's like, "Oh, this is so BS. I don't want to watch it anymore. If this is what it's gonna be like every single time now." I think it's the opposite between NFL and stuff like professional wrestling because the whole purpose of that is from the get go. They're like, "It's for entertainment. It's supposed to make you guys have a fun time." This one, you got to think, "Oh, anything could happen." No, if they get rid of the factor of anything could happen by saying, "No, this is what's gonna happen," it defeats the whole purpose of enjoying like expecting the unexpected at that point.
Yeah, I mean, like they say expect the unexpected, but like you know, to
It's
this
hard to when it's
day,
right in front of you.
huh?
I say it's hard to when they basically
Yeah,
shove it like from day one, being like, "Hey, look at this. Yeah, we're gonna see a lot more of this."
yeah. I mean, and it's even the fact that I'm just gonna have to show it. The fact that I saw this on Instagram the day after the Super Bowl, and I was like, "There's no way that could be real." Until I went on and saw it. Turn up my brightness so you can actually see it. So, you know, this is the NFL's YouTube page. Okay,
Hmm.
the Chiefs trophy ceremony is that video right there. No highlights from the games besides what was in the actual game. Best of Taylor Swift at Super Bowl 58. The fact that you made a whole compilation, a highlight reel of her just standing there baffles me. Like, it's a 3.5 minute video of her like in the booth or down on the field, just looking there like,
Isn't it also like one of their most viewed out of the bunch too?
um. So that video has 1.8 million views right now. The best of Nickelodeon Super Bowl has 600,000. The game highlights has 8.8 mil. Usher's halftime performance has 15 mil. Um, and the trophy presentation, the trophy ceremony has less than it. But the fact that it has 1.8 million views is just insane. It
I think
has
it's funny that it has.
4,000 comments. Like that's what makes it hard for like us to look at this and be like, how is it not like rigged? If the fact that you made a whole, excuse my French, fucking compilation of her at the Super Bowl. Like, like I, I'm all for Taylor Swift being in the football. Cool. That brings so many new fans into the game. Like my sister, who doesn't even like football. I mean, she likes football, but she doesn't like football. Was watching football this year, like because it just brought a new, like she's not a Swifty, but like it brought a new, not generation,
New audience, a
audience
new audience. Yeah, new audience.
to the game, and it's like, why? Like I get that she's very marketable, but there's no need to have a damn 3.5 minute highlight reel of her at the game. The fact that that was posted before even the highlights from the game were posted. Any highlight from the game. Like,
Yeah,
and they're like, I'm sorry, I'm going on a rant, but like,
this is
I
what
I
this is about, dude.
really I really understand why a lot of football fans are PO'd, including the both of us. And I'm a Panthers fan. Life can't get much worse. Like,
Yeah, I get what it's all coming for and everything, but I think when you were describing it, the key word you said was marketable. That's why. That's why they're doing all this because, like I said, they have this new audience. They're growing in watch views and everything like that. So they're literally milking the Taylor Swift like cow dry. They're basically getting all like the milk and credit and all the views and anything they can get to promote football out of it with it. Whether they have to shove it down the throats that make a lot of football fans kind of like almost like sick of it and kind of just annoyed of it. They're gonna keep doing it if it means they're gonna increase their views and riskily profits.
who's another popular star in the world besides Taylor Swift?
Like outside of like sports and stuff like that.
Yeah, that would bring it like that would get generate as much popularity as her.
I'm trying to think of like art, like other artists right now that
All right,
it's kind of hard.
all right, Panthers or Bengals? Someone go out and get Kanye.
I feel like at least compared to this Taylor Swift, I feel like a lot more Kanye fans probably would watch football than
Oh yeah, before.
Taylor Swift fan. So that's why it's kind of hard, especially when you have stuff like that. You would really have to get some like international kind of like
All
or
right,
other
go
kind
get
of like
Bad
big
Bunny.
star. Yeah,
All right,
I wouldn't
Carolina.
get.
Bryce Young.
I
I'm sorry, whoever you're dating or whoever you're married to, fiance, whatever, you got to break up with him. Just do it. Do it for the Carolina Panthers.
I
Joe
I
Burrow.
I I wouldn't mind seeing more Bad Bunny. That dude's actually kind of entertaining.
Exactly. I think he has more followers than Taylor Swift on Instagram. I think
If he does, cool. I really don't know. I
Taylor
don't
has
follow Taylor Swift.
281 million. Holy fuck. Excuse my
That's
language.
280 million more than probably what I'll get.
Yeah. And Bad Bunny. Damn, he only has 46 million.
Hey, I'm one of the 46 million. Let's go. But no, yeah, it's like kind of like almost kind of wrapping up. We'll probably knowing us, we'll probably get back into it a bit more. Yeah, it's the NFL right now. They see the big star in the big moment. Why not shove it down our throats? It's gonna piss people off, but at the end of the day, they know we're still gonna go into those videos. We're still gonna watch it just to say how much we hate this. We're still gonna look at the posts they make just to say how much we hate it because we're still feeding into the attention. Whether it's positive or negative, we are still feeding them the attention. So it's not. I'm not saying like we need to stop like acknowledging them. It's just how it works right now. It's how they're viewing it. They're seeing all attention as good intention, whether it's us telling us we hate it or telling them we love it.
Yep.
Is it fair to say we think we can? Because I probably know a lot of people are probably like begging us to get into it. Do you want to just finally get into the game a bit now? Some stuff in the game. Or is there anything else you want to kind of rant about real quick before we get into like stats and everything like that?
I, I'm telling you right now, if the Chiefs make it back to the damn Super Bowl, if I'm sitting here next year, this exact same time, and we just are recording the episode that says the Chiefs did it again, I'm shooting him.
Oh, not Joey.
He's getting it. Okay?
No, not Joey. He's just there.
It's all his fault. It's his fault Corbin Burns got traded. And it,
He's been through a rough January. He doesn't need to be having this on his having this on his back for a whole year now.
no, but if we're sitting here and it's Chiefs win again,
God help us all football fans. That's just
yeah,
a nice way of putting it.
yeah, I think. Real quick, do you think Patrick Mahomes ever catches Tom Brady in Super Bowl rings? I say no. I think
He's
once,
at what? He's at what? Three? He's at three right now, and Brady has
yeah,
7 or 6.
7, and Mahomes is 28.
I think Mahomes will at most tie it. I don't think he'll break it because that's a lot. Like I know it's only 4 more he has to now. It's 4 to tie. He needs to get that fifth one to beat it. So that's why I'm gonna say no. He probably won't beat it, but I can definitely see in a universe where he would tie that number.
I say no. You want to know why? I say the Chiefs have about, like, this isn't even me being like a Chiefs hater. It's just the fact that you look at it. The Chiefs have about 2 to 3 more years of them being dominant. Because I believe once Andy Reid retires and once Travis Kelsey retires, which is coming in the next couple of years, both of them,
They
they've
say at
both
most they
said
probably have, yeah.
that they are considering, like, they both announced that they're coming back for another year. But like the fact that they're even considering it is like, okay, this is coming. Like, Travis Kelsey is Mahomes' number one target. Yeah, they got Rashi Rice, but just like with Kelsey, you can double cover him and well, he's out of the game. Kadarius Toney can't catch a ball to save his life, and I
I
don't know
can't wait
who
for him to be
else.
can't wait for him to be top 5 offensive player next year after all this slander.
And then like Andy Reid's the mastermind behind it all. Like, and that's really what I'm curious to see is like, what can Patrick Mahomes do with a new head coach? What would he do? What would he do if they promoted Matt Nagy from offensive coordinator to head coach?
I don't even want to talk about how that dude already has 2 Super Bowl rings. I don't want to talk about that. I don't I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about it.
it, it's insane. All right, we'll get back into some more rants, but
Oh, trust me, we got time, dude. We got time. That's what this episode's all about, man. This is pretty much our final football episode for a bit until we start doing either mocks and draft stuff.
yeah, I will say, coming up soon, I'm definitely gonna start doing some mock drafts. So,
We got to do a mock draft soon, dude. So I got so we got to do some good stuff coming up.
all right, well, Patrick Mahomes throws for 2 touchdowns and an interception, 300 exactly 333 yards.
That's a pretty good
He
batting average
also
in
he
baseball.
also was he also had the most rushing yards for his team too.
Yeah, the rushing thing. We'll talk about that too because I saw an interesting stat with that as well. But yeah, Patrick Mahomes led his team in rushing yards. Travis Kelsey led the team in receiving yards with 9 receptions, 93 yards total. Especially very actually surprising, especially in the first half. The dude looked almost like isolated from the game, like there was not much he can do. And then afterwards, just started picking up the pace and became more and more open.
I don't know how.
As Yeah. As for the 49ers, Brock Purdy throws for 255 yards, only the one passing touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, both threats with 80 yards, both rushing and receiving. No interception by Brock Purdy, only the one from Patrick Mahomes looks like. But yeah, beside uh beside beside Christian McCaffrey, not much of the receiving for the 49ers beside Jennings, who we'll talk about in a bit with his amazing play.
Hey, Vols, baby. Go Vols.
I was gonna say, did you want to check out the defensive side real quick, or did you want to talk about offense for a bit?
Um, no, we can check out defense. Fred Warner, I mean, obviously leading the tackles for the, I think the game. And it just sucks that, Dre Greenlaw got out with his injury.
Like first like 10 minutes of the game too. That sucks.
I mean, he was celebrating on
And
the field and just hurt
that's
his.
the worst when you're celebrating a big play by your team and it just caught up in the emotion in the act where you just don't expect it to happen and the worst
And I think
happens.
that's really what, I mean, took
It's
that
definitely a
defense
key
down.
loss. It's a definite key loss, and I would even say the defense played bad. I thought the Niners defense did really good the game. Like obviously both teams made some key mistakes and plays, but both were on lockdown in a lot of points of the game. Like I don't think you can blame a like defense for both sides for the loss or whatever. Both had great moments, so it sucks because that would 100% been a big key and big factor to the game probably. But again, still don't know, but it is does suck to see him go down pretty early in the game
Um, Chase
for the worst.
Young, Javon Hargrave, and Eric Armstead all got sacks. Yeah, Mahomes sacked 3 times.
They pressured Mahomes a lot this game, which was what they needed to do compared to the game with Baltimore. They say Ravens defense couldn't pressure him whatsoever, so the Niners actually got some pretty good pressure on him, which was pretty good, I would say.
Brock Purdy only sacked once.
Only once, yeah. O
Um,
line actually did a good job in holding up for him, which is always good in that situation.
I think another thing that kind of hurt the game was George Kittle being just taken out in terms of receiving. Like his
Yes,
run blocking was pretty good, but he got taken out in terms of receiving.
he just like the one good play he had in the first quarter, like the good catch and everything, got immediately called back for that holding penalty. So it and then after that, he had I think one or two other beside his reception, he only had one or two other balls thrown to him. One of them a bit over his head, the other one it looked like he could have get, but just probably good defense on him. But beside that, he was just a non-factor to Niners defense. Just shut down George Kittle, which was a big piece of that 49ers offense. So you got to give props where it's due. They locked down George Kittle to only 2 receptions, 4 yards. That's what you got to do in a big game. You got to isolate a big threat, especially like deep into the end zone and the red zone. He's a big target, a big threat in that situation for sure.
Isaiah Pacheco could not get anything
It was
going.
it was rough, and it also doesn't help that the Niners defense is really good at stopping the run, and they're just good at stopping a lot of plays, especially like early on. Just the run defense was lockdown, lockdown, lockdown. Like he only averaged about 3 yards like a carry. It looked like he was definitely able to pick up a bit more with receiving with his 6 receptions, but yeah, but not much going in for the Chiefs running back. I cannot say the same, however, for the 49ers running back because holy cow, if we haven't said it before, this Christian McCaffrey guy is actually insane and elite for sure. What do you think about Christian
That's how a
McCaffrey, Zach?
white man runs a football.
Couldn't say it any better. Couldn't, couldn't say it any better.
I mean, literally, that's how it is. I mean, he's the most versatile person in the league. I mean, there's it, he can beat you on the ground. He can beat you in the air. Like it's insane. Back. Um,
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much couldn't say it better myself with that little clip. Dude's actually insane, and he's a threat no matter what. And
should have been the
if
MVP.
if if the Chiefs held him down, this would have been a blowout, just 100%. Before we switch up, I do want to, like I said, give my shouting to Jennings for being able to not only get a receiving touchdown but a throwing touchdown in the Super Bowl. Props, my dude. Props to you.
I think if McCaffrey wasn't as incredible and the 49ers had actually won, he would have been the MVP.
100%. 100% I could see him making a case for that. I mean, looking into it, I completely almost like forgot at first. Like it's like, no, I thought Brock Purdy had two touchdowns. No, Jennings. Jennings with that trick play was like, look at this, and then he threw a perfect dime to McCaffrey, and McCaffrey just bolted on in there.
All right. Well, I mean, obviously Chiefs repeated Super Bowl champions, and Joe Burrow, he's coming. You're the only
I
man that
just
can stop us next year.
I just want my team to make me happy.
I just want my team to win more than 2 games.
Honestly, I feel that.
I mean,
I
we
feel that.
we only won 2 last year. We can't get much worse. All right, well let's get into. We're still gonna stay on the Super Bowl, but we're gonna get on a different, more funnier note.
Funnier.
Let's talk about some commercials.
Ooh, yeah, yeah, they were a bit interesting. They were a bit interesting
So
for this year for
Austin,
sure.
we had already talked
hmm
about. We had already like kind of joked about this earlier. You did lemon shots
So yeah,
this game, didn't you?
I did a lime juice shot for every time they showed either Taylor Swift or if a Super Bowl commercial made me laugh.
And how many did we get?
I got 14 total lime shots.
A few of those were from the commercials,
Good.
and I found it fun.
I would say about 5 or 6 of them were because I didn't get a lot of Taylor ones till like the
The
second
late
half,
later in the game.
especially when they kind of like kept panning and we were just almost kind of like just like talking with one another mid conversation. We're just like, all right, cool, down the hatch, and
Yeah, we'd be like mad that they're starting to win, and they'd show him, and I'd just be like, drink.
they show him. They show him.
I mean, they showed her, and I'd be like, drink,
So
drink.
we don't need them to be mad at us like they already are. Say we don't need to give them any more fuel by calling her. Uh,
Um, yeah, but I mean, some of those. I mean, it was even in the first like 5, the first commercial break. I think
the
it was
first
the
one, I
second.
almost died.
It
I
was the
almost
second
died.
commercial or
Yeah,
something like that. It was the Tom Brady bet MGM or something like that, and it was like everybody can bet in this besides Tom Brady. What if I was Tom Brady's? What if I
babysitter, or
babysat
whatever it
Tom
was. Yeah,
Brady and he was a little troublemaker? Well, you got to die in the grave with that one. What if I'm Tim Birdie, 7-time pool champion? Like
I don't know why that got me so like off
because
guard.
because it was off guard. It's just Tom Brady dressed in like. Let me see if I can. I'm not gonna show the whole commercial because I don't want to
It
get.
was him just dressed up like in like a some kind of almost like Halloween esque kind of like do it yourself outfit where you make it look all casual. You're just playing pool. God, it's like some of them were pretty good and deserving
Yeah,
of
it was Bet MGM. Tom has
BetMGM.
won enough.
I know this wasn't a part of during the actual commercial. This happened before the game. You and I had a little back-to-back discussion on Gronk's kick as well to see if he would make it.
This is
Yeah, the stallion himself.
Tim Birdie, 7-time pool champion. That
Okay,
commercial, like that was my favorite commercial.
that
Like
was
I don't think
definitely
anything was gonna top that one.
that was pretty good.
It's insane how he like we were just talking about this earlier before we started. Like when when he was on the Patriots, you saw none of Tom Brady. He did maybe one commercial every like 2 years. Then when he was on the Bucks, he started getting a little bit more and more and more.
Yeah,
Now it's
that
like now that he has free time, you see him
he's
in
in
everything. He was in
everything.
a Dunkin' Donuts ad. He was in this ad. He was in.
Who's He was in like two. He was like I thought three total. I have to remember what the other one was. I thought he was like in three total Super Bowl commercials this year.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
it
and
was.
he's been funny in them like too.
I think the dude is honestly funny outside of football. The dude could actually like make you laugh, like just either from just knowing of how like goofy he's trying to be, or just full genuine like laughter. I think just because he's been used to almost being like this serious like tough guy a lot. Not even like so like tough guy, but like serious like I'm gonna get this done kind of sort of thing. And now he's just more kind of like open and casual. Definitely the parade we saw more colors of him in a good way.
Yeah. I mean, I can't wait to see him in the booth next year.
That's gonna be exciting for sure.
I'm definitely gonna want to watch some of those games because that's gonna be fun to watch. Gronk's kick. I mean, obviously it wasn't live like they said it was there,
Yeah,
but once again, Gronk shanks the kick, and John Cena.
this is what you get for ruining John Cena's moment. He probably would have also missed, but I would have loved to see John Cena kick it too.
Well, I don't know if John Cena was out there, it just would have been a football just flying through the air. You
Yeah,
wouldn't have seen nothing. Like all you
but
would have saw is the football just go.
I think that'd be funny though. You just see a football randomly go through a goalpost, and something happens. I think that's kind of chill, but
But
you
I
never
mean,
know.
John Cena did get his moment though. He got to go play at the Savannah Bananas.
Heck yeah, man.
He got to go
That,
play
that's a
with the
cool.
Savannah Bananas. So he
In
did get his
Tampa
little.
too. I'm so mad I couldn't be at that game because that would have been an amazing game to
If I
go
would have
see.
known it was in Tampa, I would have went.
Exactly. I do think if I remember though, there's a whole like almost like lottery system thing though, where if you get picked, you
Uh,
can go kind of sort of thing. But even so, that that still would have been a cool experience for sure, for sure.
yeah, but Gronk misses the kick again. Do you think he goes for try number 3
The
next
three,
year?
the three, the three feet. He's if he does, he's gonna have to go like closer, just like 5 yards closer, maybe.
Well, he's got the power. It's just the angle. He
Accuracy.
doesn't have.
It's the accuracy and the angle. Yeah.
Do you think if he would have made it, we
No.
would have gotten a Gronk kicker card in Madden?
I don't know. I don't even touch that mode in Madden, so I wouldn't even know.
Would have been kind of funny.
Yeah,
Um,
would have been.
yeah, and John Cena bet that he was not going to make it, and John Cena won his bet on FanDuel. But yeah,
Never mess
definitely some
with him.
funnier. I mean, not incredible commercials. I wouldn't say it was an all-time year for commercials, but it was pretty fun. The Bud Light
No,
commercial was actually pretty funny too.
oh no, I was gonna say there were some good ones. The Bud Light one with the I think any Bud Light with like I think it's like Peyton Manning and them are
Yeah,
always
it's like I wish
always
Peyton Manning was
entertaining.
my best friend. Hey. And
Yeah.
it's like I wish Post
Anything.
Malone was here. Hey.
Yeah. I say any. I think Bud Light actually does a really good job with the commercials,
and
especially with Peyton Manning being like their new almost kind of like spokesperson with it too, or at
and
least a big helper with it.
I loved the guy was like, I'm a genie. Nice, I'm a Gemini.
Yeah, just turn around and just started the conversation over with somebody else.
And then it was who invited the T Rex? Post Malone. Guilty.
Guilty. He didn't say it like that. It would have been funnier if he did though.
Oh, for the first time, everyone, Connor has made an appearance.
Who's that? They have no idea who that is, and we're gonna keep it that way.
uh, all right. Well,
You think of anything else, or you think it's finally time to to end the suffering for a
I
lot of these people?
swear to you, if Tom Brady might just come out of retirement just to screw with Patrick Mahomes at this point.
I wouldn't be surprised if he wins next if Mahomes wins next year. We see a thing where it's like, oh, Brady's back for one more year. Like it's like, oh, cool. I wonder what the Super Bowl matchup for that year is going to be then.
Oh yeah, if Brady ever comes back, it's instantly like if Mahomes wins next year and Brady comes back, it's 100%. Like you can place your bets the day that it is announced that it will be Brady Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, So that's
Like
that's every sports better is gonna be like, yeah, that's it.
like you can bet your sweet pippy that it's gonna be Brady and Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, be a bit more obvious, but hey, honestly, you never know. Brady might still have it in him, but I, for the sake of him and just enjoying his retirement, just enjoy it. You already had a successful career. You're already gonna be a first ballot, first round Hall of Famer, 100%. Just enjoy it. Enjoy retirement. You're you're very entertaining.
Yeah,
I want
honestly,
I
like
want I want to, I want to see more funny Tom Brady ads and commercials. Those are always kind of funny.
yeah. I remember when he got the when they were like last year when the whole like NFL scripted kind of like fully scripted kind of thing was coming around. He was like, "You think the NFL's scripted? You really think I'd let them let me lose to Eli Manning twice?"
True, true.
He's like, "You'd really think I'd let that happen twice?" Nah. It was honestly really funny like seeing him do that. All right, well, I thought this episode was going to be a lot longer.
Honestly, it's probably a good thing we didn't rant out for too long, because then a lot of our lovely audience would just be like, it's like, just shut up,
Just
just talk
shut
about
up!
the
Shut up!
game,
Shut up!
just talk about the game, just talk about what happened during the game. I don't care about your opinions. Your opinions are trash. Talk about the game. But yeah, with that being said,
Well,
it's
real quick, way too
mhm,
early. It's only been 2 days.
okay.
Who you got in the Super Bowl next year?
True. Do you want my biased answer or do you want a genuine answer?
Let's get both.
Give both. Okay, genuine. I do. I'll probably go. Probably Bengals in the AFC, and for the NFC, I'll go with a lazy pick. I'll go with the Ravens.
That's not possible.
Oh no, sorry, Ravens are also AFC. I'm sorry, I've got my leagues mixed up. My bad. Um, Cowboys. Boring answer. Boo, boo, boo. Boring answer. But
Yeah, here we
yeah, here
go.
we go. Sure, that'll be my genuine. I haven't really thought about that. My biased. I don't know. Broncos Bears seems like a funny one.
All right. My
Seems like a funny one.
my bias pick because I'm just gonna get this out of the way early is gonna be Bengals Panthers.
Let's go.
I gotta see Joe Burrow versus Bryce Young. Either way, I win. So my genuine actual prediction for next year, I'm gonna keep the AFC as the Bengals. I have the Bengals versus the Lions in next year's Super Bowl. I think Joe Burrow is back with a vengeance. He's tired of playing second fiddle to Patrick Mahomes. He's saying, "All right, well it's my turn now." Destiny arrives all the same.
True.
And then the Lions, well, it's finally time that they at least make it.
Campbell's gonna not be too aggressive
Yeah, I think he's
on
gonna learn from his
fourth downs.
mistakes and not be aggressive. Like, it's cool to be aggressive until it bites you in the ass and you're
True.
you're like, oh, I'm a little too aggressive, and now my team just lost 6 points off the board because I'm a little too aggressive. And now, guess what? We lost by 2 points. Dang it! If I would have just kicked the dang field goal, we would have won the game, and we would have beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
But on that note, I think we're gonna head out of here.
I think
It's
it's
1
time
a.m.
to. Yeah.
I'm tired. I've been up since 5.
Yeah.
Um, thank you all for listening to our little rant. It's officially the end of football season. Um, doesn't mean we're gonna stop talking about football. We're gonna get into
Nope.
some. Um, we're gonna obviously talk about the free agency of football when that happens, signings. We're gonna do some mock drafts, but it's baseball season, guys. It's time.
It's baseball time, baby. Kicks up. Spring training kicks up in about a week. So
It's
we got some
time.
exciting we got some exciting stuff coming up, baby. It's very exciting. Very sad to close the book right now for football, but can't wait to open up the baseball book right now. We're both very excited for that, and we're both very excited for a lot of content we have
Yeah.
planned for you guys. You guys are gonna really enjoy a lot of this stuff.
Let's go Brewers.
Let's go Dodgers! Can't wait to disappoint me in October again.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning into our post Super Bowl episode. We did go on a rant a lot about this episode, but this one was a little bit. We knew it when even if the 49ers had won, we knew that this was going to be an emotional episode. So thank you for listening to our horrible takes. This is the end of football season, but guess what? Baseball season's coming up.
Yes, it is.
So catch y'all later, and thank you for tuning into the deep drive.
Thank you guys. Take
Go
it easy.
Brewers.